It's also holding events there. I know that you have to, ahead of time, look, it's conversation for another time, but you do have to, I think, nominate the potential individuals that could be there. So they might have to nominate some like 200, 300 teams that are all joining, like even the closed calls and stuff. Anyway, good luck to them doing that. We have games here to talk about. We got Inferno as the starter for this series to see who's going to be qualifying a slot into EPL Season 20 in Malta. And it all starts on a pistol, Mitch.
It does. And I'm happy to see these teams here, Mac. You know, we've seen them at the RMR. We've seen them keep pretty consistent cores and really try to, you know, do well in the Asian region, even some international events. So this is exactly where they deserve to be. Nana control taken here. Amelia almost getting caught off guard, but kind of playing out in the open. It's an instant trade from Zesta, though, and a free B side for ATOX.
Let's see what they're going to be able to find here. Flying. Crosshair. Flick back. Zesta down. And that brings it to the 4v3. So LVG feeling quite confident for sure here. No kit, though. But they are already all here from that earlier rotation. They're just waiting for Westmelon to make his way up Banana and rejoin the rest of the boys. Molly going to buy some extra time over towards the con side. And now is when LVG really need to start getting a wriggle on. Zach are going to be able to find at least one more coming in from the CT side. Annihilation and Dobu need to team up from the back of site. And Dobu's going to be doing just that. That's exactly why he was the Kadia player to watch.
Insane. I mean, he's got so many impact rounds in him. I don't know how he fits them all in that body. It's crazy. The amount of clutches and XVXs that this guy will win you, it's just impact upon impact upon impact. Every time I watch Dobu play, always been a big game player, big ballsy player. Multi-frags, right and left. So that's big for ATOX. I mean, that was looking pretty favourable for Lynn Vision, to be honest, until they ran into that heating bloody crossfire backside of B. ATOX working the map. They've taken banana control. It's a big stack on A for Lynn Vision here. And mixed with the Mac 10 and the smokes invested over towards this B side will almost certainly sniff out this stack. He sees absolutely nothing on B here. There's no real reason for ATOX to push the issue into bracket and lose extra guns.
Start. Going to be able to find that double. The Galil in the hands of the A-site member from LVG, and only one of the three being known. Makes things a little bit questionable, but over towards the B side of things, it's all right as rain. It's smooth sailing. And Starry, surely you just get your hands on that Galil, see if you can do any kind of damage, but he has a different approach. Just waiting here at second, hoping he can maybe get a kill onto one of these Arcade individuals, but ATOX again saying thank you, Dobu, for getting those extra picks, doing all the right things. And look at that, 6 kills in just 2 rounds. A solid start. Astari has a missed opportunity, but ATOX know, you know what? Let's just run away. Don't give him an inch. Don't give him a mile. Don't give him bloody anything.
So Mac 10 swapped out for the Galil. 3 rifles kept over for ATOX. It's about an even result versus USPs. They lost a Galil and a Mac 10. Couple sets of armor. First gun round here for Lynn Vision. Pretty good util across the board. Just rifle-centric gameplay on both sides of things. Start this off, which I don't think Lynn Vision are minding with their current personnel. Oh, straight through this way. Zaka losing his life. Mick as well, following up for another. Already dominating the server right now, and it doesn't even feel like these kills are difficult to find at all. Zesta's going to get another 3v. This gun round was over before it even started, Matt.
Oh, there's that smoke towards CT. And Amelia, he has that A1S. Surely he could hope for a stray bullet to maybe do some financial damage, but we're not even going to see that. ATOX, they are coming in with a vengeance. Cabal the only one that hasn't got a kill this round. Might not even need to, but Zesta already here, ready and waiting for Amelia to try to sneak his way back towards the pit.
He could find an exit, but not even allowed that. Cabal on point, 5 alive for ATOX, up 3-0. Showing why they pushed Lynn Vision close on this map last time. This time front running quite heavily. That gun round looked way too easy. I got the pick on mid and Nana about 5 seconds into the round, and then the follow-up push on both Banana and Boiler punished immediately. Lynn Vision basically just running into the default.
Starry looking to get aggro with the Deagle. One of the only weapons that can really do a lot of damage this round. Jump up into Carps, but the CTs seem unfazed. And flying now with the info is going to go for the two-man peak. P250 gets one, but in the meanwhile, all those B-site members got torn to shreds. And that's going to be a nice quick one and a healthy one. Only Zesta falling. And ATOX on this T side of Inferno are off to the bloody races.
Yeah, it's been a very quick game so far. Quick rounds of CS. All comes out for Zaka. So that's going to be a point of difference, but the money's insane for ATOX. They've got a bunch of buys in the back pocket on this T side. It's not going to be easy for Lynn Vision to string subsequent rounds together here on CT. It's this kind of economy. Oh, nice nade onto Amelia. He's still got to attempt some kind of banana take. You can see ATOX trying to keep them at arm's length with just a drip feed of util, mollies and flashes, etc.
Jiggling around, playing the util game. And ATOX looking like going to go for the 3-2 setup. Jump across the top there, spotting info for Mick, but won't full commit to anything. Doesn't want to go through the smoke into any danger. Zesta, on the other hand, will dry peek into Zaka, and that's going to be an easy pick for LVG. And one of the first times it feels like we've seen them with the numbers advantage other than the pistol.
Yeah, but they're going into the B side now. Westmelon's on his own here. He's got a molly to play with, but only 4 HP. He can go down pretty much for free here, but he's able to actually get one and get out. Molly dropped on the default plant position as well. He's played that perfectly.
Post-plant situation now. And Westmelon's low. Amelia down to half meter. A quick round. If ATOX find them both, they bring it back to that 3v3. They can certainly make it work. And Zaka's now low too, just copping those strays. Westmelon charge taking the point. Oh, good flashes. Cabal didn't get to keep Dobu alive for an extra second or so. And Annihilation almost gets the whole job done. But the defuse will come through with plenty of time remaining in LVG. They're on the board for a first.
Paying that all. Pick up an AK at the end of the round as well. Not a whole lot of util held over. Reinvestment will be there for Lynn Vision, but you said for ATOX, who made that a very convincing really a 3v5. By the time they got into the post plant, they still made that look winnable. Didn't really shit on today. So 2.9 loss bonus. It'll be a soft reset here on Lynn Vision. ATOX wins this one, and they've got the AWP out on Annihilation now on T side. Oops, going into Carps. Don't see this too often.
Hey, look, Nifty did it years ago, so you can't fault it, mate.
Just get
up.
flashed onto the dig line there as they clear bracket. And also ATOX has taken top banana. So pretty reasonable pressure on the map right now for ATOX. They've dropped Mick off. And looks like they're going to go for an A side ending here. Pressure through jungle. Could be a mid to B as well.
Oh, big nade. Not going to do enough there. Zesta able to get the swift trade, but that time has certainly ticked down for the round, and ATOX are here to go for the full wrap. Just wait for that smoke. Zesta trying to find a line in towards the side, and that's going to be another entry. Impact player getting it done, clearing out the A site, and ATOX have plenty of time to get that bomb down. 2 alive, and a fragile economy. Well, it's not even fragile. It's kind of just gone. LVG going to be looking to save every day of the week here. And this AWP, on value, slow peek into that line, is not going to allow Zesta to find another. And you look at the economy of ATOX as well, they're just going to go for the gentleman's agreement and keep their rifles alive.
Yeah, 3 alive. They'll take that. They're up 5-1. 2.9 loss bonus, so that's a drop from Westmelon. Zaka can probably drop as well. Starry can probably buy himself. You can put together, fun rifle here. It's going to be a little light on util medicine vision unless you want to go down to MP9s and that. But this is the kind of scary looking ATOX that we like to see. Like Zesta is actually having some pretty big impact. Multi-frags here. Dobu's on point. Like the aggressive rifling and the overall structure of ATOX right now is looking very scary on this T side. I'd love to see an ATOX dub here today, Matt. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against it.
Like, they've just been improving steadily for quite a long time now,
Hmm.
And they've been making some, pretty reasonable moves. Picked up Annihilation. I think that was the name on a lot of people's tongues, even though he hadn't played much CS2. Seems to be going well for him.
Mongolia stonks on the rise. Mongols being damn good, probably scrimming with ATOX on the odd occasion means they're going to be learning a thing or two as well. Or at least you'd expect that to be the way when they're back home.
Well, I think it's like the success of the big dog teams in minor regions like Mongolia, Asia, and even Oz with FlyQuest prompts teams like ATOX to get a lot better.
Yeah.
They're the ones now taking the slots. Mongols are getting direct invites to stuff these days. Sake again. And again, they've posted up Annihilation on this dig line. Just waiting for Zaka to aggress over there.
I don't know what I just saw, but I swear I saw a defuse kit get passed between people on the map. But no one's dead, so... Anyway,
you're just
I
never
might be
ready
going
for an
crazy.
orb there.
No. And Annihilation making it work at range, or at close range. Ooh. Quite spotting that right side, but the push from flying is going to be good enough. And they can clear out mid while Amelia peeking dry. Zest on the lurk, can't find that one. He's very unfortunate not to. And Dobu takes out Westmelon, but not before one of his brothers falls. So a 2v3 in the post plant for ATOX.
And this is the 2 vets for ATOX here. These guys have played together for such a long time.
Yeah.
Across multiple top Mongolian teams. Absolutely no util to play with though.
Cabal. Very lucky that no one was closer off the back of that flash. He was so damn blind. And he held his trigger the whole time. So they aren't fully aware that he's tucked away in the corner, but they will find that one out in a moment. Starry falls, as does Amelia, and this is looking like it's going to be an ATOX round every day of the week. Flying on 19 HP is just looking to keep the AWP into the next, and ATOX secure 6 already. LVG apparently not ready for this game.
I mean, you could see signs of that yesterday, no? Like, they were kind of struggling against Tyloo at times.
Yeah.
Was on this map, though. Didn't 13-2 Tyloo on this map?
Yeah, they smacked it. That's why we thought it was going to be a quick one, remember?
Yeah. I mean, you didn't. I'm the one who said it. You know, I'll own up. You thought, yeah, Tyloo's the best.
I was going to go down with you there. What do you mean?
You've been going on about Jam Young for years, mate.
Yeah, mate. Jam Young's my homie. Or at least, I hope he is. If I met him and he didn't know who I was, which will probably happen at some point, then I'll be offended, and that's okay. Oh! I couldn't see him. Zachar apparently could, and it's going to be good enough to at least enable that trade.
Yeah.
Zachar falling back, and will he reposition? That's the big thing, because you can see ATOX out. Well, the AWP's there. Let's go towards A and have a sniff at what's going on over here instead. Zester again.
His timing, if he didn't pull out a PCU till there, Mac the flash was perfect.
Yeah.
Setting up Zest of success there. Cabal, beautiful flash work and a free sight. Smoke to Moto. Plan to go down. It's an instant save, but Mick's been here. He's been posted. He's chilling. He's ready for the hunt already. Only got 10 HP though. So he's gonna tuck himself into logs. They've got like pretty good money still. So interested to see whether they would actually consider the hunt here. I gotta go check something, Mac.
Okay.
Let me give you statistical figures of how many people are currently about this game. About 3,600 people on the Mongolian stream are very happy about how this game is going right now.
It does sound like, yeah, a stat that would Mongolia favoured on the Mongolian stream. Yeah. Thank you for that,
especially because you can
sideline reporter Mitch Pillars Mouskinator.
Yeah, Pills for Mouskinator. Mike
Dinkery Nato, mate.
Yeah, you can actually know how many people are on stream. You know.
Yeah, that's true. I think, you can't figure it out. I've gone onto the TVs and stuff, whatever it is, multiple times to try to find the numbers, and I just don't know which number to look at. But they're all big. Yeah, they're all.
They have all their own like weird metrics, say it.
Yeah. I think one of them was like heat or something as like a number, and I was like, is this engagement? Is this like, okay. Conversation for another time as Mick. Woo.
Your stream in the peak of Australian summer, the heat would be off the charts, bro.
Yeah, it'd be nuts, man.
Mick's just competent in banana. But he's staying alive, he's applying pressure, you know, he's doing what he needs to do. Yeah. And now he's become Bogdan.
Bogdan, the man that made the law. And that's a nade. Wait, I thought it was a nade in his hand, sorry. I thought he was going to nade them into banana, but they go dry.
Hey, it's about the confidence that you give them when you send them in, okay? It's not about what exact grenade you throw. That's overrated.
Starry, expecting a flash. Going to be tucking his way into mini pits as the rest of the troops start to come through. Westmelon getting aggressive down banana in the meanwhile, but it's all going to be on what happens here. Dobu can't see a thing. He gets taken out by Amelia, but swiftly traded. And Starry won't get enough done. 1v3, but Westmelon a red hot crack. One bullet on Mick will do it. And given isolated fights, ATOX, hold your horses, team this one up and play together, mate. Whoa, over the top finds one, but won't get that transfer. Annihilation into Graveyard to secure an 8th.
That looked so hard to defend from ATOX, that dive up tick there with the jungle wrap. Like, there's too many angles to look at. Both the CTs and the Ts were all blind. Zachar gets absolutely domed by Dobu before the round even gets going. 8-1. What a T side from ATOX right now. I'm really not surprised to see another timeout for Lynn Vision. They just do not seem to have an answer for the Mongolian steam train that is full rolling right now.
Yeah. And you can't stop trains. Not easily. Like, you can try. I wouldn't recommend it. It'll probably not end well.
Yeah. So, if they win this map, this would be the first map that ATOX has taken off Lynn Vision in CS2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think, at least looking at
Didn't you say ATOX won a map at the LAN?
Nah, they got 11 rounds.
Oh, got close.
On this map.
Right.
Very close. Went to all
Okay,
24,
okay.
but Lynn Vision squeaky bummed it.
Well, we'll see how LVG change into that second half. If it works out a little better for them, or it actually ends up going down. But at the moment, it is just going to be a lot of aggression through apartments. ATOX going loud for the most part. If he goes for the spray through the wall, just to clear out the top of dig there, then, man, that was a kill. But it won't be happening. Triple dig setup. It's torn apart slightly. There's that spray towards the top.
It's not on the right. Angle. Oh, dive off the balcony. Kari fighting to his death. Not much still left here as we move into the 4-on-4. It's a messy affair. Fisticuffs over bracket, and Zesta just continues to play with confidence, pushing straight up dig, all on his lonesome, almost takes flying with him.
That was something. And I don't know if it was something too good or something too bad, but that is going to be annihilation. Cracking skulls. Bring it back to that 2v2. And it is going to be a 2v2 just on A, but are they aware of flying?
Yeah.
They certainly are. Flashing, running. Ooh, an annihilation. Goes to second because he is aware that flying could be looking for him here. The timing will favor flying. Oh, will it? Oh, annihilation goes back up mid. Here's the drop and has every bit of info that he needs.
Yeah, Lord. You just can't even win any of the XVXs as Lynn Vision right now. Just ATOX is looking so sharp, man. All of them are looking so sharp. Great structure, looking sharp, playing with confidence. It's beautiful to watch.
Well, phase smoke straight out. And LVG, are we going to see him go with it? They're going over towards A site, not down mid, so doesn't look like that is going to be happening. This would be the perfect round for it as well with all those MP9s. Just drop a molly at the bottom. At least test ATOX. You haven't really got up in their face except for him. Even then, that hasn't worked too well. Starry can't double down. And the trades will favour ATOX. They're going to try to bust it faster after already getting those 2 picks. But Cabal, not even expecting this under balcony. Kill of Amelia's life. But he won't be ready for the second man already up. Flying at the end of Balk. Why is Annihilation expecting that to start with?
The spacing is just way too good, bro. There's just always another guy.
They're just running them down.
Yeah.
Well, they won't spread far enough to tap onto Westmelon. Nice reaction to dodge a little flash there, but I don't know if he's going to be able to find any more damage. And I don't think a little ninja is even an option. There is no kit. And right about now, there is no time.
Damn.
That's going to be that. Annihilation. Tech 9 to the face.
That was like a
This could be the most one-sided half we've seen in a little while if it's 11-1. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, don't really know what to say. I don't think Lynn Vision are playing like fantastic, but ATOX are playing very well. Like just another level today. All tack timeouts used from Lynn Vision here in the first half. And
What do you even say?
I mean, that's the thing. This is the kind of thing that will leave you speechless as Lynn Vision because, yeah, ATOX. If you look at like the teams that they've been beating, you know, the recent performance at the LAN, they made the RMR, did good there. The signs have been there. These guys have been steadily improving. But if you look at the matchup against Lynn Vision, they've never been that close to beating them. So the fact that they're up 10-1 right now against Lynn Vision in this matchup is unprecedented. So there's really not much you can say as Lynn Vision. This is the team that you beat every single time you play them, and usually you stop them. And they are just absolutely railing you today.
Getting railed. It's some people's pastime, and some people do the railing. ATOX are that side of the coin right now. Zach up. Is there going to be a flash to split them up here? Doesn't look like they're just going to fully fade the smoke with 3, and it's worked out anyway. The CT's not quite ready. We're facing the smoke. Were maybe expecting a flash, like I kind of was, but maybe not expecting Amelia to hit all those shots. Can't quite find the third and keep the round alive. It's going to be a 3v1, and there's plenty of space here for ATOX to get another plant down. Westmelon didn't give it a crack in the last round, but he's got a smoke, a molly, and a flash, and maybe there's a kit scattered somewhere on the ground, but he doesn't have his crosshair in the right place either. 11-1, going to be the score at the half. We are live with the second half, and I feel like a broken record. I've said it for a lot of these games so far. It might not be too much of a half if LVG cannot find this pistol. And you kind of want a little bit of momentum going into that second map of the series, especially if it is going to be Dust2, because if you're not hitting your shots, if you're not feeling good, Dust2 can go south fast as well.
It's true. So as far as Lynn Vision's concerned, I think just that one round at a time mentality. Starry takes the first pick in Boiler. Even if they don't win Inferno here, like breaking the momentum down a little bit will definitely help out. There's a flash from Dobu set up Mick for success. Counter flash comes back in from Lynn Vision. Going to try to fight top of Banana, but not feeling comfortable enough seeing that many numbers of CTs, and knowing that they got a pick over on this A side of the map, they're just going to pivot back towards that. So we'll see how much Cabal can get done here from Carbs.
Well, that's going to be a Nostal entry and a bit of space, but ATOX going to be ready to set up for this retake. No util, no kit, no real chance unless they can hit these shots on the quick. Going real slow on the way in here, Dobu. Just waiting for them to regroup at dig, going for a short and apps angled retake. And LVG just trying to figure out when the hell are they going to activate. Dobu spotted from back side. Zaka doing all the damage here. Annihilation looks like he won't be able to close it out. He's taken too long to get on the bomber. And that is going to be a doubled round count for LVG. Congratulations. That's what they needed.
Yep. Need a fair bit more than that, but it's a good place to start. I think it's really just about like mentally resetting yourself, to be honest, as Lynn Vision. You get 11-1, you get kind of slapped out of the server. It's a good opportunity for you to take some agency, just shoot ATOX as many times as you can before you head through to the second map. And make them feel a lot more killable than they felt in the first half, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see the totem pole stack. Amelia could find himself a whole bunch of dollary dues here. One
How
flash.
quick is their cancel?
Oh, they might just be able to find them all. That's maybe not what Amelia wanted, but he's running. Mate, just smack him. There you go. See how much money you just made? Why are you running? Full ace too. That is the most amount of cash you can make in a round of Counter-Strike, unless you knifed them all.
Was that 3,600?
It's 3,000.
Oh, 3,000? It's 600 a kill, right?
600 times 5, yeah.
Yeah, 3,000, sorry. Why don't I think 3,600?
36.
36. That's a nice little stat pad. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Clean round for Lynn Vision as well. Fido and Banana. No one can see a thing, especially Amelia. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Come on, Cabal, mate. What are you doing?
Otherwise, I've died to util. But ATOX ends with kind of some Banana control. I think Mick's got an info line there, and he's got a fair bit of util to maintain that control.
Look, I need to say, Dobu was so on for a second if he didn't die to that HE, and then Cabal died to a molly anyway, so that's a bit of a travesty for ATOX this round.
Yeah. Lynn Vision is just going to contact out Carps. And there's still 2 players here for ATOX, so this could go horribly wrong.
Yeah, Zesta able to stop that cross from Dig Roof, and Annihilation on a nice line, which will not be cleared. That's going to be a freebie for the first. Not quite the second, and falling Zaka. Not going to have the accuracy. Starry trying to trade across the truck there. He will do so. 1v1. Mick with a smoke and Molly. And Starry's not quite in sight just yet. May have the element of surprise going back to Dig. And with 40 seconds on the clock, where's he going to go here? Full wrap? Or just back to B? Knives out. Does he run? Does he even need to?
Yeah, he's got a smoke for the cross. I thought that was a molly on the ground, but pick it up. The main line.
I love that.
Yeah, he's got a couple extra seconds in that doing the util in that order.
Yeah. Solid position. Looking like he is just going to try to play the tap game. Mick expecting him to be in Banana with the plant. And the brain games are going to be won by Starry and Mick with no kill at this point in the round. I thought he was going to run away.
He
he has to run away. He has no time.
He's just trying to keep Starry in the sight.
Oh,
Okay.
whoa.
Well,
Yeah, it worked, but I just didn't know if that was the best way to do it, but it's worked out. Kinda.
they'll take any round they can get at this point.
Yeah.
Where was Cabal? He was sandbagged that he died to that molly, eh? Must have been flashed into a corner. Nice clutch from Starry, though.
I think that is definitely a thing in CS2 where sometimes the sound from the flash or like a nade in your face, you won't actually notice you're burning.
Yeah.
Because the UI as well isn't anywhere near as prominent as what it was in CSGO.
Bro, back when mollies came out, there used to be a whole, like, old nuke executes that were designed to, like, molly positions and then keep you flashed, so you didn't know that was a thing.
I love that at IGLs. Just coming up with the best stuff. I feel like we don't have too many molly executes these days because they're so crucial at just taking map control instead.
Yeah.
The value
Plus,
has
it's just very
changed, you know?
I feel like exes don't work that way anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Because you just get owned by reactive utility. It's like executes need to be like quick. You can't have these crazy like 2-part executes, like second pump.
Yeah.
Of util.
Wow, 5-7 here. Oh my lord. Worst time to move his crosshair. Unfortunately, will suffer the wrath of timing. And it's looking good for LVG to net themselves a 5th round.
Yeah. We've got plenty of time to talk about whatever you want, Mac. Who's your favorite Asian player right now?
Oh, that's a big question. I don't want to offend anyone, so I'm not going to say anything.
You're going to say Stewie, aren't you?
What? Bruh.
That was pretty big, Dallas, though.
Yeah, it was. I think Johnny Olsen is still my favorite Asian player.
I scrimmed against him like a week ago.
Johnny Bloody Olsen.
Johnny Bloody Olsen.
The real ones all know.
PTC.
Patricius.
So delicious.
P-Ratch. Was Olivia, right?
Yeah, I don't know where that bloke went. I don't think he plays.
It's gone.
He was like the best as well. At
Yeah.
one point.
Mayrolls.
Yeah, he's still playing, I think. But not CS, but yeah. Alrighty, another gun round.
Yeah, another big one. Let's see if ATOX are going to be able to maybe find that 12th round to put themselves on map point. Also, I don't know if you've been looking at Reddit, Mitch. I'll tell you a little secret in a moment. For the moment, nearly I can't see a damn thing. Neither can Dobu. But he's going to snatch one away in the Molotov. The Molotov. The molliest Tov that there ever was. That's going to be a one-man advantage for ATOX, and they still, with the smoke, have banana control. LVG, this could be the straw that break the camel's back.
Yeah. But you got to break it multiple times because they got like a couple humps and that. Nick's still got a smoke, so it's probably possible at this point. Starry throwing a util set to tickle brackets a little bit before they go for ye old B hit. Oh, deep wrap smoke? Okay.
We'll take it. Ooh! Not quite working out on the entry game, but they are going to be able to isolate the player on the back of site late. Smoke over towards Coffins. Mick pushing through to try and do as much as he can. And it's not even going to be him having to do that much. Finding 2 for himself. Annihilation and Cabal also joining the fray just in time. And that's going to be 12 secured. ATOX, they found it eventually.
Yeah, Mick used
Cabal
that
as well
front
with a good
side smoke
spawn.
against them so well here.
Yeah.
What's happening on Reddit, mate?
So if you're playing mid, I don't know if you saw it, but that metal door on the right side of mid, if you're looking down mid as a CT,
Yeah.
that's spammable. So if anyone is like in that cutout at the top of mid, like on the top left, if you're looking now, you know what I mean? You can just wallbang that now.
From both ways?
See
or-
that? Yeah, I assume from both ways.
Oh, it doesn't get better for Lynn Vision, does it?
No.
Good news is they got Dust2 coming up next, so that's pretty good. ATOX is into the double AWP. Found that mad advantage. AWP will be expected on the A side of the map, though, and that's where you can run into a bit of trouble. ATOX being a lot more passive with the util usage here as well. Like, they've got so much util left over for the mid to late round. And Lynn Vision's started to run out.
Oh, Cabal. Actually got an okay amount of damage with that nade. I thought he was going to break the smoke and have 4 Ts in his face. Well, 3 Ts, but alas, not the situation. Flash coming in.
Yeah.
And LVG still staying silent.
Just trying to make
I'm
them,
going to go for the wrap smoke.
just trying to make them worried that someone's going to push them. Waste more time off the clock. They're trying to keep them in the B off here.
I think they're going around the world. But I think they might actually commit to it unless this bomb gets dropped. Oh, lordy. Flying in the right spot on an off angle, and the bomb may have been seen in the death cam, but there is going to be 2 members of ATOX already here, already solid, posted up and ready to win the final round of Inferno. Dobu gets it done from the top of Oranges. 18-7 for him, 13-5 the scoreline for map number 1 of the series. And ATOX are putting themselves in a prime position to be a contender here at the first slot to ESL Pro League.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen, we talked about it already. You feel like a broken record, but we've seen steady improvement from these guys. You know, the old smokes. Yeah, I mean, I'm keen to see how it all plays out, knowing, like, when I was literally like actively competing, Dust2 was probably like one of the most officials. So
yeah,
I'm keen to see this new era now that I'm no longer playing the game at all, really.
Yeah.
Anymore. And keen to see how CS2 changes things up.
Let's see what it gives us here today. But that is going to be the first round on the board for neither team. I'm getting a whole round ahead of myself. But where are we going? LVG, they got the B spawn, and it looks like they're going to be taking the bomb in that direction. 2-1-2 split. Let's see what ATOX do with this. Interesting from Dobu, going straight up onto the ledge there at Xbox, spot mid, and drawing attention back from LVG, who are looking to go for a mid to B. No, we've got an Xbox smoke. I just spent so much time talking about why this is less useful. I guess if you're going to go towards mid B, it at least still blocks the vision from a short player if the CTs were there.
This looks pretty meta so far to me. Xbox smoke, pop flash out mid. Starry's trying to read the positioning of the CTs. Like, he's trying to gauge how much of a commitment is there to long here. And they can kind of make a read in the mid round based off of that. As things have elapsed, so Starry goes down for free. And actually, there's going to be the lean from Zesta. Oh, this spot is so OP with the USP armor back in the day, bro. Are they going to do the dribble smoke here? No, it's the smoke doors. So potential shooting gallery for Mick, but he can't really connect too many. Beautiful anti-flash position from Cabal behind double stack there. But can he double down? No, he's out of ammo, and the flood gets denied from Zesta.
Yeah, the setup was good from ATOX, but as you mentioned, that one flash kind of gave enough space for LVG to get out on site and deal with the B site members. And B site also a very hard site to retake, but because the CTs are already here on that rotation, there is going to be no flood. 3 Ts all just standing with their gun out, but that time is ticking away, and the CTs don't give them anything. Oh, it's going to get a little bit awkward. That is going to bomb the ground, though, and Dobu in the 1v1 will lose. Amelia, too sharp with the Glock, getting 2 there right at the end of the round, but LVG finding a pistol and breathing a sigh of relief that they found another round.
Yeah, I think, you know, they were getting a little bit of momentum at the end of Inferno. Nothing crazy there. But picking up the T-pistol is going to be a really feel-good moment. And if Dust2 is anything like it used to be back in the day, you know, this is a map that if you like get some momentum on the T side and are feeling confident, like you will just keep rolling, and it's very hard to stop that momentum as a CT side team sometimes. Quick long control there for Lynn Vision. Waiting for a counter flash from the CTs. Used to be very common play to like wait for the T's to come out long because it's a high percentage anti-eco play, and then you just have one bloke sitting there with a flash and like 4 CTs stacked on the long corner. This time it's going to be the mid bush. Is it one smoke to cover the cross now?
Yep, there's one. Throw it safely. Getting ready for the flank. We'll just get into the conversation because ATOX probably aren't getting too much here.
Yeah, I mean, Eco's even less interesting to me when there's so much to talk about.
Simple mollies too that you can throw from long in relatively safe spots, and you just do a little jump throw lineup. It'll land and filter out not only elevator, but because it lands on the wall, it also fully mollies like that short side of the box.
Without skybox, can you smoke long heart from CT spawn, like right at the ramp there?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. As soon as you walk out, there's like a lot. The most optimal lineup Viridian came up with, but it's also a really hard lineup to do quickly. So my favorite is you go around to the like trash. You know, like say you put yourself in the corner of trash. You just look at the bottom of like a conduit or pipe that's up on the wall, and then you just do a jump throw, and that lands like straight. It lands on the boost inside bedroom, so it like trickles down and stops the T's from being able to peak. But because it lands up there, it like hits enough walls that it pops faster.
Cool.
Yeah. Nerd shit. Sorry, guys. But we're just having fun. Dust2, good map.
Started really well for Lynn Vision. Just like this T-side momentum game can really become a bit of a factor. Hasn't been the money to get the AWP up for ATOX early on here. And that was a bit of a narrative, you know, we talk about the fact that ATOX has got Annihilation. He is a man that really can be a bit of a hard carry AWPer back in the day. He's been a good form. Long take contest with the CTs here. 1 for 1. It's about what you'd expect. But look at this. This is the reactions I'm talking about. They see the CTs fighting long and then send it straight up cap. Beautiful reaction from the CTs though. Molly and HE Nate does a lot of damage to Lynn Vision, so they can't commit to the cap pivot. Still got enough util to potentially mid to B if they want to. But for right now, they're just cutting sound. Deciding what to do next.
We'll flash outdoors. No mid smoke yet. We'll see if Lynn Vision have anyone that knows the lineups. Looks like they're not going to bother with the mid B. They're just going to take that mid control and send it back through uppers. And we'll probably see a similar hit to what we had from LVG on that pistol round. Just a door smoke, mollies to clear out some angles. Flying. Just happy to keep taking this fight over towards mid. Trying to get some damage with a bit of a wallbang fight. And the door smoke has baited out the rotations. All 3 of the CTs should be accounted for, knowing that there's probably that B anchor. And with 30 on the clock, LVG will be able to find one more. Cabal falling there on the B ramp and Annihilation. The last line of defense here at A. Spacing good for LVG, and the shots are even better too. Fast flank coming through from Mick, the only man remaining for the Mongolians, and he's now been seen. Safe flank going to be coming through there on site. Mick finds one, gives himself a shot, but these positions from the T's are going to be hard for him to deal with unless he hits these shots, which he's not gonna. 3 in a row for LVG.
Yeah, I felt like they were kind of overcomplicating things a little bit, but definitely trying to read what ATOX's rotations were. That's why it's just so strong to have that cat control in the middle of the map and have the pressure of the flash out mid doors or even a mid to B smoke. Because what it really does is pressure the CT rotations and allow you as C to like rotate pretty freely between the sites and run fakes really easily if you have that cat control and can like kind of pivot mid to B. There's that door smoke you were talking about, and long control taken again from Lynn Vision. Just not too surprising. You know, you often want to just go take long when you anti-eco, play those long ranges.
Oof. Well, Scout going to be spotted, and they're going to swap spots. Putting Annihilation up on site instead. He's got the right tool for the job, but unfortunately that other one has a bit high caliber. Timing through the smoke, Zesta won't get away with the AK, but he will be able to toss it deeper into CT, so that could be retrieved. Dobu looking to stop the cross from sight, gets the tag, and all he could see was the head, so I don't know how that wasn't a headshot, Mitch.
Reggio, 80 ping, etc. I don't know, maybe the yurt was a little crooked. Cabal's got himself a AK.
I don't know about that from flying, you know. Going solo up short against what he knows is a eco round. Just stay together with your boys at long. But the AK donation has turned into 2, but for how long? Hands up. West Melon he is here, and Farman. Crispy shots, 3 quick headshots, and LVG have awoken.
Yeah, Orp's out for annihilation now though. Zesta's bought him that. And ATOX are going to take attack timeout. They need to slow this T-side momentum down from Lynn Vision. It's been a very quick, kind of like punchy game from Lynn Vision. Been running around the map, going here, there, everywhere.
LVG with a full A spawn, by the way.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where, you know, on certain maps, it doesn't really matter which spawns you have a lot of the time, other than for, like, spawn smokes. But Dust2 has 15 spawns.
Yeah, Dust2, it's very important. Nuke, it can be kind of important for certain timings. Can't really think of any other maps that it's, like, super important on anymore.
Mirage was, but yeah, they've changed them. And I haven't had too deep of a look into Vertigo because they changed those spawns as well, but we barely get to see that in Pro Play.
Wow,
by the way, Annihilation's taken the AWP into lower.
I mean, Zaka's gapped him and allowed him to mick, I think, and then just done exactly what you need your T-side AWPer to do.
Yep.
Posted up on Cat. Dobu swings without even a flash in support. Not that there was one. I mean, Annihilation has one in lower. Mick only just picked that up off of the body of the player that died in middle. But really, if you're going to swing Cat like that, you need a supporting piece of util.
Yeah. They are going to commit towards the A site here at long. Mick has a nade to crack that smoke when it comes into play. Zesta as well has a little sight smoke so he can play more aggressive and try and stop the cross towards Car.
Yeah.
And there's
you
that
used to throw
resmoke
little
on CT.
one-ways on the side there for yourself.
Yeah,
itchy in the elevator smoke.
A little harder now because your shadows are so visible. Zaka seems to have spotted Zesta though. And that smoke getting broken has not netted a kill, not yet. Zesta burning out of the sight. And Mick is in between a rock and a hard place, trying and hoping that the smoke was going to be enough, but it wasn't. And Annihilation wants that AWP for the next, so he is running and hoping he can save it big.
Damage not that relevant here. Lynn Vision want to hunt this AWP as hard as they possibly can. They've got the money to replace these rifles. Starting to set up the net around Annihilation here. Starry's made it closer up B ramp. I think you might have even seen Annihilation there. You've got multiple players in uppers. He's definitely right here.
Just a flash. Nice movement, but not ready for Starry in the window.
Ooh,
How much was it, Mitch?
Oh, okay. Flying was dropped the AWP, but then Starry dropped the AWP. I got a little panic for a sec. What did you say, sorry?
I said how much was he? The Starry in the window.
That sounds expensive, no?
The one with the waggly tail.
The one with the wagon tails. I don't actually know what you're on about right now.
You know the song, How Much Is That Doggy in the Window? You don't know that one?
Yeah. That sounds familiar.
Definitely a nursery rhyme.
It sounds like my inner child knows this song, but I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Too much wow. Like, that'll do it to you know?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played since literally Ulduar first came out, and it's still too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dobie, mate, you're in the wrong spot. Oh, I've made videos on this. What are you doing?
Yeah. Not
Silly
subscribed to Mac Mate on YouTube. Is that what your YouTube is?
Yeah, something like that.
MacMate YouTube channel. Everyone's subscribe.
Don't be a noob. Oh! Well, they didn't see that one coming. Yeah, there's mad bangers you can do over the top of long now as well. And as you can see, there's been some crackers thrown to nullify the AWP in this round. And in the 2v5, ATOX are probably not going to find too much more.
Yeah, I mean, reserved expectations into this round. It was only a half bite. And now Lynn Vision is inflicting the same fate to ATOX that they themselves suffered on the first map.
If you guys want to know the GOAT lineup for that flash, by the way, stand on the barrel just outside of long doors. And then you're going to look at, there's like an electrical box on the wall. You just look at that and then do a W jump throw. Bam, boom. Everyone on that A site is going to be blind as hell and you can just run up idiot wall.
The return of idiot wall.
We have it on Nuke. We have it on... There was another map that's on as well.
That's a B spawn. That's really an anywhere spawn, to be honest.
Let's see if LVG have any rough protocols. Looks like they're not going to. Just going for a 2-on-2 split. Zakar dropping the decoy, which is a little modesty strat, just to try and bait out the peek from any of those CTs after hearing an AWP shot. And ATOX will get full lock control. Broken the molly and annihilation. Ready for that dry peek from Westmelon, who really rolled the dice with that choice.
Yeah. And he did not roll well. Speaking of rolling, Zakar is kind of rolling everyone this map.
Molly, we didn't see the first man cross. Missed chance at a collateral, but he's going to be zested to try to pick up the pieces at long, but the elbow player Zakar doing more solid work for them. Taps that, plenty of time. It will not force out too much, and you can see the spread of those mollies. It's just burning up that CT ramp, and there is no shot that ATOX were getting in to stop that plant.
Yeah, beautiful supporting flash from Starry there. Right under the A site on elevator as they're trying to peek onto those car angles. And Zakar, picture perfect positioning yet again here. The jiggle from Cabal. Thought he was going to hit that, to be honest, but still, with Mick going down, that's probably the end of the round regardless.
Throws the flash to fake it. Pulls out Starry. I think he made a step there. Pulled out the knife and is looking for it. And you can see, I think Amelia was hoping he could get to the AWP. I don't know if there's going to be one retrievable. He's sprinting for it. But it's not within arm's reach. And that's another thing about Dust2 in CS2. That bomb explosion radius is teeny. Teeny tiny compared to, you know, some of those changes on your, like, your Ancient and your Nuke, where it got huge. Dust2 is still kind of small. You can, like, live in B site. You can live at car on A, or, like, a little bit further away from car if you got full health. It's the goods. A long spawn, and the flashes are not going to enable enough space for the T's to play around. Molly on the choke, and ATOX are going to be gifted that one. LVG, what's the game plan from here?
Yeah, just back to mid. They've already got the smoke on doors. But ATOX trying to stay one step ahead of the rotations right now. Stacking towards middle. Anticipating a mid to B in response. I haven't seen that smoke for a while. Makes it look like the T's are looking for a pick towards CT spawn, and kind of makes a denies the info to the B site. Little util set for Lynn Vision to take cat. And this is the kind of situation you want to end up in on the T side in the mid round. Kind of pivot to whatever you want to do here. Progression smoke out from Starry. Just making the same site, applying pressure. Oh my god.
Spots him with the jump peek.
Around the corner of the smoke. That's beautiful.
Keeps on jumping. Drawing attention back this direction, and Amelia will fall there at mid. So they've got info on two, actually all three, or three or four, those CTs. Zesta, he somehow managed to go for the full dry bedroom push. And just like that, the men at top mid, bottom mid, both get torn to shreds, and LVG all take those heads.
They just have so much pressure on so many different parts of the map. Was only the halfway out from ATOX though. But 8-0 for LVG. This looks like a good map for him. Take an attack timeout. Even though they've got a lot of money. They will be going up against the double AWP this time. I mean, ATOX may as well try something. This is their first official on Dust2, and it's not gone particularly well. This might not be a favorite map of this.
Well, they floated it by not banning it, so they have some idea, but it is not going well. And their approach here is going to be the double AWP, which, you know, it's Dust2, so that can certainly work. Where's Cabal taking his? That's what I want to know. He's got that long spawn, but he's looking at mid. Maybe he's going to be the man to try and find a pick here. Or boosted Daka. Very much ready for that one. The CT's even smoking off mid, just taking the safest approach possible. Annihilation strikes at long. Wasn't blinded. Must play that one well. Verbal as well. Ready straight up short. Starry not ready for the two-man setup here. There's no teeth close enough to trade.
Yeah, that's a classic. Little off angle. No util used by Lynn Vision to take those kind of positions.
Mm.
And then the smoke to lock it in. That's really good stuff for ATOX. Pick on long. Nice little two-man rifle setup. Usually want to be playing your rifle as the opposite side to your AWPer on that A site. They had annihilation on the long line and then double short with the rifles. Now they've kind of moved into the more common kind of setup. AWPer's going to be on car or site here.
The only thing I'd like better in that whole interaction is if Zesta passed those flashes to Dobu, because he's in a perfect pivot spot to throw them for both the other A-site members. But we're going to see the rotate anyway from all parties. LVG, Prog smoke out upper dark. And Mick here, just hoping he can hit the target. There is going to be one more smoke and plenty of util here for LVG to fully XCB, which will give them the 3v2. And the flashes, not going to connect. It is going to be the CT doing all the shooting. Zaka missed chance. And ATOX are on the board with a flawless round.
Yeah, good stuff. Waking up a little bit. I was wondering if that prog smoke out of B was going to be that effective now that you can kind of spam little holes in it. It still seems to be pretty good.
Yeah. You can throw a really fast version of it straight out of spawn and go for the rush. Like, throw it fast enough that it'll bloom before the T's even get onto that, like, B-main choke.
That's cool.
Well, flashes across the top, Molly towards the bedroom, and you can see Annihilation getting frisky with this one towards lower. They're very aware that this could be a scenario. He's playing on the edge of the smoke, gets one onto Westmelon. We'll be able to get out of dodge with that earlier thrown smoke. You've also got Dobu here dropping a nade straight on their noggins. Big value out of that HP. And the flash towards mid will force Annihilation off, but can they get a kill off the space? Not just yet. Well played round so far from ATOX.
Yeah, doing everything right. Amelia needs this kill on the extremity, but that was not a favorable angle to take that duel, and he cops a lot of damage. Annihilation continuing to have impact here. And Lynn Vision in a pretty unwinnable 2-on-5. So will certainly be ATOX going to 2. And if they can scrape together 3 or 4, then they can make this game a whole lot more winnable than it should have been after that 8-0 start for Lynn Vision.
Yeah. At this point, it's odd, right? You kind of don't want to save. You have so much time that you have to try and save. And with ATOX having 5 alive in the last round, they're maybe going to look for it. 30 seconds. What are we doing here? Yeah, just full save. Setting up the fortress. What are you doing tomorrow, Mitch, other than casting the next round of beautiful Counter-Strike here in Oceania in Asia?
Just that, bro. There's a game and another video game going on as well.
Oh, of course, yep.
Yeah.
The ones that aren't broadcast?
They are, just, you know, hard to find them in that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, There's a second for ATOX. They are starting to ramp up their performance.
It's going to be raining all day tomorrow, I think.
Well, if it's the same as today, I'm certain it will be. It was nuts.
It's cold and rainy, isn't it?
Yeah. Miserable weather. And
Alrighty.
LVG going to be able to buy up again. So I dare say they're not going to be miserable. Corner smoke lined up, thrown, and Amelia will be banged out long. Really early flashes getting thrown there. Amelia wins the first fight, Molly at his feet, and Dobu goes through. There's smokes everywhere. Good luck, Dobu surviving. Mick here, swinging around, will keep his teammate alive. Annihilation as well, finding another. And just like that, it's a 2v3 within 20 seconds of the round.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 4-stack on long for ATOX through the kitchen sink at that defense. Lynn Vision, though, activating in the mid-round here, can cut the map in half with a mid to B smoke. And in the round, just go ahead and go for the peak. But Annihilation was very switched on to that.
Do they not know what mid to B smoke? I don't think they've thrown one yet. They've thrown the, like,
I
other
think he
side
was
of
just trying to
crisscross.
go for the pick, like bring the numbers back, but didn't end up working.
That's another good-looking one for ATOX, to be honest.
They're grinding their way back into it, bro.
We finally got a full brawl at A-Long.
Yeah. And 4 of your best boys against 4 of my best boys.
Yeah.
Throw some hands around.
Some nice little shots coming through. And LVG have just enough money to get some kind of buy. No helmets on Amelia or Zaka, just to make sure they get a bit of extra util. And Zaka will make full use of that AWP. Big shot on the Mick.
Yeah. I was saying, like, he's just filling the role, but honestly, he's been very good on Dust2 so far. In that ult role. Really kind of growing into things.
Cheeky car flash just to force off any CTs who were trying to face from sight. And Dobu already with the mid pressure might be able to get a fast flank off onto LVG if they forget that this could affect them.
No reason for him to really push until the sight hit actually comes in. And I think Lynn Vision are kind of waiting for Flying to find something here or any kind of a mistake out of the CTs. Who, with this man disadvantage, you'd expect to go looking for info somewhere. But ATOX, credit to them, are playing quite disciplined right now.
Dobu is just going to be that, middle piece of the puzzle that can activate on a flank depending on where LVG opts to put their pawns. Nade Molly towards the corner. And Annihilation with 30 on the clock realizes short is kind of dirty. So drops that defensive smoke. Dobu now activating, dropping that bomb on the corner with a molly on it. That's going to buy a lot of time. And LVG need to not only retrieve the package, but then traverse it back to A. And they have no smokes to smoke that cross. Push through is fruitless. And it's up to Cabal here to try and connect through a smoke on the cross. But the bomb makes it eventually.
Yeah. Leapfrogged it across and Lynn Vision find the right passage of play. To secure 9 rounds. Decent recovery for ATOX, has to be said. Stringing 3 together. Oh. Bar's giving it a crack, but pretty low percentage flush. He's getting flashes layered at him. Pretty well by Lynn Vision.
Molly's the right spot. Missed chance. Nade won't go well, and that time's ticking way too far away. Walked into the crosshairs, and that will be 9-3 at the half. LVG setting themselves up for a third map. Welcome back to the second half of ATOX and LVG, going blow for blow here on Dust2. So far, LVG have awoken and showing what they're actually made of after a bit of a flop on the first map of the evening, which was that Inferno map. ATOX showing why it was their map pick, and we're getting a bit of a similar story here on D2. But A control, at least it's long, is fully there for ATOX in the early round. Annihilation lurking in the corner has isolated both these fights. Can't take Starry down, but now with him falling, the CTs are aware it's probably going to be this A hit. The action, 2 for 2 coming through. Amelia a little low and needs a helping hand, but that is a while away. Starry, better late than never, making his way through long rather than short or CT. But with that smoke still up, there is the ability for him to go so far forward. Spotted eventually. And there's going to be the kit at his toes, but he's dead. So he's got no shot in the round. And ATOX, with the T-pistol, might be able to get themselves quick smart back into the game.
Yeah. Much needed. Good lurk from Annihilation, just confirming the numbers over on that side of the map. And the rest of the boys just getting that 4-on-2 on the A site with the other CTs rotating in, taking the timing as best they could. Full rifles investment here from ATOX. Not taking any chances, maybe anticipating some kind of force bite.
Smoke fading shortly. Ooh, and Amelia has spotted that creep up short. So that's going to allow LVG to at least put the pieces in the right spot. But just with these weapons, damage that gets done is maybe not going to be too good. Starry drops that Deagle in a retrievable location. So Westmoreland gets his mitts on it. Looks like a mid-smoke has actually missed for the T's now. And Amelia won't see a thing. But ATOX realized, okay, it's probably that A stack. Let's just send it back instead. And Amelia getting tagged there seems to have been heard. But they are playing this one real slow.
As they should. Going up against nothing but pistols. Don't want to give them any real chances. And they don't drop a single gun. Hand. Really well done.
Annihilation really helping him out there by hanging around.
Yeah, I mean, they're not in a rush to do anything. The USPs have to make plays there and do stuff. It's really good use of the Rangers. And look, they retain 3 AKs and 2 Lils. So that's an extra buy in the back pocket, no weapon disadvantage. As ATOX continue to fight this scoreline deficit, glass cannon AWP out from Zaka, peeking straight into suicide. Big smoke off the doors. UAG chunking flying down. The first one I thought would have done a lot more damage, and to be honest, if it connected the way I thought it should have, he probably could have been dead right there. Slowing things down though. Flash over the top of mid doors to try to set up Zaka for the peak. Tower boost here for Starry. Trying to catch a player. And here's, I think, the first mid to B smoke, to be honest.
Look for that short control, but they've got a little while to wait before that smoke fades. It's fresh. And if it was long, Amelia in a very solid spot.
Yeah.
To deal with Zester if he comes out all alone.
The Envision has no util left in this round. These are the really rough positions as CT where if ATOX recognize the util advantage that they have, they can actually just bully themselves to a round win here if they use it correctly. Waiting out this short smoke. The Envision not too much info. That's why they go for that mid-round push into uppers. It was honestly probably the best place to go for a peak there, but flying punished nonetheless.
Zesta. He makes his way to A-ramp in time, and we'll have Amelia here, but now the eyes are off long, so Zesta can find some solid value as long as he shoots up short. Are able to live, but Westmelon's going to be able to find the spray down. There's that trade coming through late, and Zach are too far away to have much impact. Bomb didn't fall into CT, so Annihilation is able to retrieve it, plant it, and everything slows down. LVG just going to be looking to save the AWP into the next, but ATOX already on the T side are showing that they can play Dust2.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing pretty much the most standard kind of style right now. Very slow, kind of defaulty approach. And that short control in the mid-round. All won't survive either. Good stuff from Cabal on the lurk. Gets it all for his troubles as well.
On 8 HP.
ATOX are actually in a pretty good spot. Like, they're down 6-9 right now, but their money is pretty fantastic going into this anti-eco.
Yeah.
They might even be favored to win the map from here.
Well, they got to get 3 more to at least tie it up. Make me a bit of a believer. And LVG, no util other than this one smoke from flying. And that's just going to be taken towards the B site. Short control, going to be the name of the game for LVG, especially with pistols. It's the place you want to be with a close range engagement. And as you were talking about before, Mitch, you want to be at long with rifles because you know you have that range.
Yeah, I mean, they've taken it. I wonder if they can do the deep smokes. Like anti-eco, you could do like the smoke or the molly
CT
up onto
smoke,
deep, short, and CT, and then just like scale flashes over the top.
Didn't even want them. They just wanted to take the fights. Mick donates the AK.
Nice plant for plat. Should be a very favorable after plant.
I've had so many games where I've told people I'm planning for plat, and they don't know what it is. And I have to explain what plat is. And the year is 2024, Mitch.
Platinum division.
Oh, I hate you. I am currently Silver Elite Master on Dust2. It's great. The ranking system in competitive
And
is
this guy's
interesting.
trying to break down the game on ESL CS. Unbelievable.
What's he know, huh?
Westmelon's holding on to that AK.
Terrorists win.
Do you know how satisfying it is to just get like slight coordination out of randoms when you solo queue and Silver Elite Master? And you know that the quality of players around you
That's what
is
it's like to play
very mixed.
Mountain Dew League as an IGL in Tier 2 Australia.
I think the highest rank that anyone has in competitive matchmaking in Australia on any map is literally Gold Nova. So I'm only one away from Gold Bull, you know?
Basically, that's
That's it, man. I think worldwide the highest rank is like one guy's reached LE. Crazy scenes. Road to global is going to take years.
Again, it's a slow kind of defaulty round for ATOX. Trying to feel out where Lynn Vision are set up. They've seen the CTs take that long control. So again, this is where you go back and take cat. Need to make sure we're putting our util in the right positions here. Cabal's ready with the flash and progression. Molly, flash over the top. That is perfect. That's exactly how you take cat control as the T side. Yeah, puts more pressure on the CT rotations here. They flashed their way out middle as well and cleared that out. This is the perfect position. This is exactly where you want to be as the T side at about 50 seconds a minute. They can basically do any mid-round they want to from here. And the CTs don't really have any info. Big issue I see for ATOX right now is just the lack of flashes. Zaka's going to get free pickings here.
Depending on what they throw, you know, we're going to see a prog smoke. If they know more, there's a chance that they can just make it to site without being seen. Yep, that's the new smoke. So you throw it over to elevator, and as long as you get past that first hurdle, the elevator smoke denies vision from the AWP at long, which is why you're going to see it planted for short. They got a lot of control here. And the late lurk from Zesta may be a factor later on.
Yeah, he's trying to control the rotations on Xbox, but no one's even going that way for Lynn Vision.
Shot. Annihilation. Going to be spotted. Making his way back to short, but he's a bit more than he can chew there with a repeat. Zesta and Cabal lock it in, though, with three rather quick frags. And that's going to be 8 secured. ATOX, I love their read. And I like that they are throwing the new meta smokes.
Yeah.
Well, mostly. I think the prog smoke, there's a newer lineup that makes it go deeper because it spreads wider. And that may have saved them from that first AWP pick. Either way, they won the round.
Yeah, and I mean, they're not doing anything gimmicky. They are playing pretty much the most stock standard Dust2 style that you can. And that is the benefit of having people like Cabal and Dobu and stuff in your team. It's like these are not new players that don't know how to play this map and don't understand the macro. Like Cabal, I think, has been playing since like 2015 or something. Yeah, 2016. Probably a bit earlier. Alright, half 5 for Lynn Vision before they opt to probably go into something like double AWP next round.
Oof. The jiggle into the shift walker crossing. After baiting the shot, Starry opens the destiny. He's nade towards lower with the bomb caught in a rough spot at the CTs. Ooh, with that M4, they're going to be able to get a little bit more damage and things get dangerous now. 2v3, ATOX need to try to figure out how to get back into this round, and it's going to be a long approach from Zesta going all the way through A, trying to come in from short.
Yeah.
And Annihilation just needs to play his life.
100%. I mean, that could be the round-winning play here from Zesta. If he plays his cards right.
Ooh, Starry. On one great shot. Misplay from LVG to have no one on that line to trade.
They're kind of anticipating the short flank here.
It's been long enough. Zesta is swinging, waiting. Off angle at top mid. Might just save this from Westmelon. Or one player known and dealt with. Dink there. Oh, Annihilation. He knows that he's low. Oh, and he's going to keep going for it, but he's got no bullets there in the AWP. What's going on, mate? Oh, 20 on the clock and just didn't have the AK out in time. He couldn't shoot and still went for the swing regardless. Getting a bit too big for his boots, I'd say.
Absolute fiesta. Goat rodeo in middle right there.
Yeah.
But the goat's been wrangled.
Didn't grab the first bloke.
We go into another gun round. Double AWPs this time for the CTs. Haven't seen that yet. And that's a freebie for Lynn Vision. You know, didn't have any rights to win that round, but they, you know, they got donated an extra from ATOX.
Yeah, and on an eco, so that puts them in a pretty solid position if they can win this to set up for the map. But ATOX gonna poke their little heads out mid.
Yeah, this is all pressure. I mean, dribble smoke out B as well as a smoke to peek into CT spawn.
Yeah.
You can see the pressure that puts on the rotations. Starry has to rotate back into spawn. There's the molly and the flash off the line. Again, like, Zaka needs to start playing anti-flash so that he's not caught by that flash every time.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be playing anti deeper up on, like, the boost side, or, like, playing head into the wall of that Guardian boost and then just go for a shot. You can't just literally just stare into the flash. They might have been playing, like, a lot of Dust2 teams that don't, like, even know what they're doing. And just, like, he just gets away with holding that line, you know?
True. Might be an issue when screaming in China.
Good old short XE smokes.
Yeah. Dropping that CT smoke. Gonna have that prog one there again. They are gonna be smoked off, but with the util they're throwing, they should be able to go through. Dari as well has the counter flash at the ready, which will pop in the top of the palm tree. Molly's both going to the same spot, but it's going to be that flash down, drop into CT, and now that one is known. But the B-site members need to try to hit the shot on after 10 seconds. And if the bomb goes down, it could be all a loss, but it won't be. Big picks and LVG just need to save now.
That's just beautiful from ATOX. The way that they structured that round, the dribble smoke out B, and pressure smoke in middle, clearing out all of close middle, so they know that there's no one there. Then they make it look like it's going to be an AXE and drop into spawn. Like, these are all the greatest hits of old Dust2 strats. And they're using them beautifully. Credit to ATOX, they were down 8-0 at one point here. And outside of an eco, that means that they have really been dominating in gun rounds.
Terrorists win.
We found someone in chat that didn't know what plat was, so they've been educated. That's what it's all about. Learning. And enjoyment and entertainment, but mostly learning, Mitch.
I like to learn.
Well, LVG gonna almost learn the hard way why you still should be smoking that cross. Risked it. Live to tell the tale. And Flying gets naded off that close line straight away. ATOX, nice little read with that HG.
Zaka on a deeper line towards short this time. Surprised ATOX hasn't gone for late long control after the pressure in the middle of the map. There's another trickle smoke to pressure beat. Trading out util. Flash out mid doors. I mean, this is the same things that you're seeing from ATOX over and over again. Even the same smoke.
Yeah.
Envision really needs to adapt a bit to what's going on. They're holding a lot of util this time. So they're going to smoke off Cat. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. He's anti-flash Zaka. And they've dropped the smoke on the exact timing that ATOX went for a short last time. So they are starting to read the passage of play a little better here.
Full on control. Now we're going to see a mid B smoke. Proper one. Actually, it's not the new good one. So there's going to be a gap on the top that LVG could play over, but if they try to do that, they could get caught because it's all a ruse. ATOX are going to send their way back to short. Zach is still posted on this line, has some flashes for himself after the first shot. And that smoke has gone down at the 25-second mark, so ATOX just have to go straight through it. They're going to be dropping into the face of a lot of these CTs. It's going to work out. Starry ready for it, and the AWP shot is missed. Flashes will give them some map control, and the molly forces the plant into an odd position. Gets it down just in time. I thought Zaka might have stopped it. They'll see it from Plat. Flash forward in the CTs. They are very interested in making this a quick old retake. Annihilation! Couldn't get anything done there from the elbow, still out in the open. And there's no shot for Dobu here. He's out of the equation. 4 alive as LVG, taking 11th.
Yeah, much better. Lynn Vision holding a lot more util to the mid to late round there and made ATOX's life very difficult. They've been just doing the same pacing over and over again. ATOX, no real tempo changes. Just the same thing, like B pressure and then mid pressure into taking Cat at a minute. It's getting very readable. And Lynn Vision's punished them quite heavily for that. They hold so much util that it makes it impossible for ATOX to actually go mid to B or split up short there. They need to change up the pacing or go back and like split through long, most likely.
Whoa. Timing. Zaka was seen by Dobu, but he didn't seem to believe it. Awkward moment. And that is going to be the first pick going for LVG.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty good comeback for ATOX, but it doesn't seem like they've got much juice left yet.
They've shuffled around. Zaka's here at long with the AWP now. Great timing on the molly to send ATOX packing, and they are happy to go for a late long bust.
flash over the... Oh, I thought it was a flash over the top, but doesn't quite catch Zaka. At least traded well. So MIT doesn't activate a bit. Indeed he does, but maybe not finding the right time there. Well, getting that kill though, a lot more pressure on Emilio at the A ramp there. And 35 seconds to get the cross smoke down. Skari with the full belt to util is going to make their life very difficult trying to plant this bomb.
There is time. Oh, a molly. Another one retrieved from short, and it's an actual molly, so that'll burn for 7 seconds. Goodbye. Oh, ran, mate. What's he just looked at it? He just bloody looked at it, tried to figure out if the trajectory was good. Oh, Zest has run out of bullets. It's a travesty for ATOX.
Oh, unlucky, I guess.
Oh.
They gave it a good crack, mate, honestly. But didn't give themselves enough rope after going down 8-0. They had a really good run, but like they've just taken so long to get back into the game that Lynn Vision started to figure them out, eh?
Yeah, they started to adapt. And of course, did enough in that first half to make sure it wasn't too scary for them here in the second half. ATOX definitely doing enough to give themselves some kind of momentum going into Ancient, though. That's if, you know, it's all over. Which, looking at the buy, it should be.
This is not the buy that you wanted. That's the B anchor going down, though. Cabal's going to be able to get his hands on that rifle. Smoke off the B doors because Zaka's not able to connect a shot on the cross. Westmella makes his way into the site, though. Oh, that's a massive lockdown. That 3K probably seals the game.
100%. The issue was the spacing. They just took a little bit too long, didn't swing together, and that was easy pickings for Westmella, who didn't respect that door smoke at all. You could see after the pick, ATOX was scrambling. They threw 2 door smokes. Annihilation and Zesta are trying their best to get back into the round. One more smoke thrown. And there's going to be 40 seconds for ATOX to try to crack in from uppers. Just looking at lowers, but LVG setting up the fortress with the bomb just outside of that B tunnel's choke, rather. Annihilation making noise at mid. Doing big work, and this is what we were talking about, right? You can see the AWPers start to really excel on a map like Dust2. And when this shot's gone down, okay, now there's a chance. Annihilation putting pressure on the B ramp, finds another through the doors, drops the smoke to prog forward. And with 20 on the clock, Zesta now starting to make his move. The no-scope will seal it, and Annihilation keeps ATOX's dreams alive, Mitch.
4K in that round. Read it so well as well. Turns an unwinnable situation into absolute magic.
I can't believe it. That was cracked. On both regards. Westmelon did his job. No one else could get a kill.
Back timeout for ATOX. That breaks the money of Lynn Vision. This could go to OT now.
Yeah. Very solid reality. LVG going to be looking towards the next round. You can see them just going for armor, pistols, maybe a little bit of util to play counter to ATOX's maneuvers. And we'll see how ATOX read the economy. And what they opt to go for here. They've got the biggest spawn of all B spawns.
That's true.
And they're
Russian B
throwing util to Dobu.
Russian B against an Eco has lost me many important rounds. I'm not going to lie.
One lower, one dead. Arguably, when you get that pick, that's when you go, okay, B rush is on. They're going to flash their way forward. Mick, if you can find this one, at least it'll draw more attention. And Cabal here, too, is going to get flanked. So, man disadvantage and some free weapons for LVG. It could be all done and dusted, but there's a lot of util for ATOX to take full control of A.
I don't think ATOX had a good read on the economy there. Like, there's no reason why 2 coming out upper anti-eco. It gets around like this.
Macro-wise, interesting for sure. Annihilation, worried about what's behind him. He's going to smoke that off, but if there is just going to be enough things get dangerous. It's an open plant on the front of default, but Annihilation's gone down. You want that long control with where that plant's gone down. The MP9 won't do it. It's Dobu, a Kadia player to watch to try to keep ATOX in it. 1v2. Oh, and spots that man. Down to half. Oh, won't get it over the line. Zaka, beautiful trade game and a lovely game of Dust2 from LVG.
Yeah, and from ATOX. That last round was clinical throw though, anti-eco. Like 2 players just running out upper. For what? I mean, it gets the buy round, that kind of makes sense. Like you're trying to pull the rotations and set yourself up in a winning position. But like rushing B with only 2 players, anti-eco, and setting 3 long is a very cooked call. I don't know what that was all about, and they did get punished quite heavily for that. And uppers and, you know, out long, anti-eco. I think honestly that was winnable for them. They're probably looking like the better of the 2 teams today. And look, they beat OG recently. They kind of smashed Huns at some of the Mesa tournaments. They played Mongols real close on this map as well in the Junker Pink qualifiers. Whereas Lynn Vision, they've had their issues on Ancient, if I'm honest. Although a lot of those games are against some pretty solid teams. They haven't got a great record on it. So we'll see what they're going to bring today.
Well, they're straight into B. Not wasting any moment here at all, and the CT is going to be able to tear through him for a moment. Annihilation, living on 1 HP, going to be able to find 2 in the meanwhile, and it's down to Starry in the 1v2. Plenty of space to plant this one. Starry, mate, what have you got for us?
Yeah, going to wrap around through spawn side. Annihilation, obviously the easier of the 2 to pick up, but also worth mentioning, Cabal, no armor. So a little easier to take him down with the body shots.
But he has dualies. He's got 2 guns. I know that's better than 1.
Yeah, apparently. Use it like that. Dear God.
I was thinking
Big
theory,
pistol win
but
for ATOX.
that dink was huge. Annihilation going to be able to get more value living on 1 HP from the previous fights. And ATOX taking a pistol is going to get him on the right foot, isn't it?
For sure. And we both predicted Lynn Vision to win this whole season.
That's true. Well, I guess there is a chance there could be a rematch.
Yeah, they still could do it. But even just this win would, for a team like ATOX, be massive. Start to stake their claim that maybe they are, you know, a top 2 team in Asia. Maybe there's not even a Chinese team in the top couple.
Well, early pickoff from Dobu is going to help pad his economy. And still just playing at range here. Let's spot at least 1 more CD on B. Nick as well. Finds a nice line to stop him up for Dobu to keep on farming. Out of close lines, it is big damage for the CTs. Onto Mick, onto Annihilation. But unfortunately, it's not able to kill. And Starry is going to be in a 1-on-5 with just a USP. What's he got for us here? He's got his head in the corner. He's hiding. He's hoping that maybe a knife angle could be on. Not spotted. And Dobu is not going to be throwing away anything. That's a good choice. He's got 3 bits of util there to carry into the next.
If they can max their guns, that would be fantastic, especially if MIQ and Annihilation can survive on 2 and 4 HP, get as far away as possible from that bomb radius.
You got to keep going, right?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Should be
right.
Just get in the corner, bro. Ooh. This had me scared. I just don't know. I swear on 1 HP, someone did like a chart a while ago of where you can live, and there wasn't many places.
Well, we found one.
Yeah.
It's out of Zaka.
2 little spots.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, mate. Yep.
Mick's gonna hold on to the Mac 10, it looks like. MP9's coming out for Starry. Quick smokes to top mid as well as Cheetah there. Good shot taken by Lynn Vision. Obu just pushes his way straight through. Molly to Cheetah takes another duel with Amelia, who's battered and bruised now, trying to be chased down by Zesta. Westmelon misses his way through that Cheetah smoke and finds Mick for free. Messy start to this round.
Yeah.
No util left here for Lynn Vision, but a man advantage and great info on B. Westmelon's just sending it, bro. He's in bloody T spawn almost now.
Yeah, I guess they've accounted for everyone. They might have even heard Annihilation make a step or something. As Amelia, ooh, has he been seen? No, there's a smoke in the way. So T's just fading that one out. Well, full clip back of Donut. Only a dink found, which is still a big chance in the round. It's Zesta to fall, and Cabal, the man that got dinked before, is now going to be left last alive. Bomb going to be retrieved in the meanwhile as a fast flank comes through from West Melon. But Cabal's coming back this direction. Guns out for both.
He read it. I think he might have even heard a footstep, but still cleaned up by West Melon and all retained for flying. That was just a bonus though. A couple of AKs were brought into that one, but there was a Mac 10 in the mix as well.
Yeah.
So good damage for ATOX, and now this will be the swing round that will kind of define who takes the early lead in this game.
Oof.
Tack time out for Lynn Vision. They're taking this one pretty serious, Mac.
Yeah, that's an early tack.
I mean, it's an important round. This is, and to be honest, like, yeah, these rounds are some of the most important of the game, especially if you're a momentum-based team. Like, being able to win a big swing round like this and then get you fully on anti-eco really gets the boys' confidence flowing, you know?
Yeah.
Sets you up with good money. Util's very sparse for ATOX here. No mollies as well. Gonna make their life controlling some of these key parts of the map very difficult, especially trying to take cheetah or cave, right? So a bit more limited in what they can do on the side of ATOX. Util's much better on the CT side of things. Quick smokes to mid and lane again from ATOX here. As well as bottom middle. So early smokes invested from ATOX to deny a lot of info, and they're going to walk out on this A-line contact. Zaka's already posted boost up over the top, maybe timed to perfection.
Yeah,
especially if Zaka, slides back onto that angle.
Depends on how close Amelia was, and if he's heard this scope, seems to be aware that it's a reality that he's going to be taking this first contact. Zaka can pivot off of it, but his job is just keeping eyes on Donut, making sure no one times it through mid. LVG holding on to a lot of util.
Yep, still a lot of reactive smokes and a molly, some counter flashes to work with. Amelia up top as ATOX continue to work the map. Smoke off red room and make some moves towards Donut here. Bomb retrieved. ATOX reorganizing themselves to head back towards A. Smoke gets dropped, so that's actually going to time itself out pretty well with the bomb meeting up with the rest of the ATOX boys. They're actually going to reorganize themselves, just leaving Zesta on the wing here and split more heavily through Donut with a red room lurk.
I don't hate it. Depends on how much work Cabal can do, though. And Zaka, Amelia, both winning their crucial engagements. Trade from Cabal comes through eventually. Refrag over towards that CT area, and he gets more value out of this one. Okay. The round swings back in ATOX's favor just like that, even though the CTs that were on A are still here. Open plant for CT spawn. Amelia, crack a shot. And I think Cabal may be sitting there. Probably planted for him, but he gets a bit of value out of that. Spam. Mick finishes Amelia. And Zaka now with an AWP. This is going to be baited right on out. Well played from ATOX in that 3v5.
What a round from Cabal, though. Almost an ace. Put a good 60 damage on the player he didn't kill as well for Mick to finish off.
Yeah.
The red room lurk. All of the players that weren't on A died to Cabal here. He just cuts the map in half perfectly.
That's crazy that they didn't just, like, time a swing together, you know? Like, come on, LVG, you got that.
And they're going to be made to regret it. They took attack time out for that swing round and everything, and they were actually in good positions. They got the first 2 picks, and then, like you said, from the 3v5, fall apart. Now the B rush, anti-eco. Mac 10 doesn't get any value. Uh-oh, the USPs are full in hands right now, Mac.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Okay. Dari, 1 bullet into both these T's, and he'll get it done. But he's standing in the molly. That was almost a essential full eco from LVG, but ATOX. Oh, they've got someone looking down upon them.
Bro, they had 20 HP between them. That's I can count that on my fingers and my toes. Not much left in that round. This is going to kind of put us in another swing around situation. ATOX took a lot of financial damage over these last 2 rounds. Only going down to the wire. So here's the reinvestment for Lynn Vision. Different approach here for ATOX. Looking to go for the B-side timing.
Smoke going to be dropped there, but it hasn't worked out for the first man. Westmelon doubling down, keeps LVG in this round, and Starry pushing the smoke is gone up. LVG realised their financial situation and instantly called a save. ATOX, the fast approach at B, has secured on 5.
Starry's getting kind of domed this game. He hasn't even put a single point of damage on the T's yet. And that last round could have been a big difference maker from the backside of the B side there, trying to play in front of that deep smoke. And just gets domed by Dobu. So Lynn Vision maxing out the loss bonus now. They've got 2.9, so honestly this next round could be a buy for them if they can save these guns.
Terrorists win.
He drops from Zaka and Amelia here. Could also see a world where they just save around these 2 rifles. Another hot start for ATOX. Actually, all 3 of their T sides have been gold today.
Yeah.
The Inferno T side was what they started so hot on, and then Dust2 T side almost brought the game back for them from a 0-8.
Well, ATOX are deciding where they want to this util to give themselves the best chance. Amelia, I love that angle, but he's not allowed to play it. Flashed off, forced back into the temple, and the A site is going to be fully in the hands of ATOX here. LVG, arguably, they're either going to try and go for it with what they have, maybe try and do stuff across a couple of these smokes, but that's not going well. That's an AWP on the ground. Amelia going to be able to find one. Is that enough to salivate them to go for this one? Dobu dancing around deep towards the back of A main after finding the first pick. He's now just happy to lock it in. Annihilation hasn't spotted Starry here, who's just waiting for that swing on the left side of the big box, but that's never going to come. Point from Brokey. Look at his head taken off by Mick. And just like that, the stick and the M4A1S are going to be saved by LVG.
Pretty easy round for ATOX. 4 alive. They've stabilized their money after a couple of close rounds.
Yeah.
So this CT side not going to get any easier for Lynn Vision. Got a lot of depth from ATOX as well. A couple of different looks. Had the mid control that they were using as slow into the A split. Had an A set timing that they ran. Had a B exit that they ran. So, going to be pretty hard for Lynn Vision to get a good read on what exactly ATOX is going to throw at them this round. But they're going to take a time out here. They need to wake up a bit. Especially like Flying and Starry having a tough time getting into this game. And these are 2 of the best riflers in China when they're feeling themselves. So seeing them being pretty much absent in terms of impact right now is something that needs to be remedied ASAP.
Worrisome for sure. What would you say to them to get them fired up, Mitch, as the resident Australian coach?
I don't even know. I'm not really that kind of coach, eh?
But you could be. Remember what you say to me before a broadcast?
This will be the best. This will be the best round of your career.
Yeah. I just hit him with that every round until
You're a highlight machine, mate.
Manifests. Manifest it for them, Mitch. I heard that's all the rage. Oh, a little pop flash, but the T's are in front of it, so it has not worked out. It actually blinded Annihilation, but he's going to get the shot regardless. And B-side control is going to be there for the moment, but Westmelon has been so good anchoring around this cave area back at default. unfortunately, as we were talking about, he needs more players to help him out.
Yeah, they're going to check Cabal here. Zaka's going to pick up Annihilation, going for that peek into CT. Cabal smoked off now, unchecked by either of these players. Footsteps can be heard. This should be a double for him. And that's going to make the retake very troublesome.
Oh, lovely shots, lovely damage. And it's all love here. Pride Month, eat your heart out. Zach are going to fight for himself to hold on to his own stick. Doesn't want to share the love. And that will be 7-1 ATOX, dominating on the T side here.
They look like the much better team today. And Zach has looked good on the ult, though. I'm impressed with his transition. Although, I remember someone saying that he's done it before on a very old iteration of Lynn Vision. Done a bit of AWPing in the past, is what I heard.
Oh, yeah?
But it would have been many moons ago. Well, Barman a util here. Sorry, makes it to bottom middle. He's going to actually finally find some impact. No big kill on Cabal. And then Vision continues swinging down lane.
Everything slowed right the hell down. And Westmelon just waiting for that util to come through to throw some disruptive pieces himself. Doesn't drop it initially. Lovely read on the situation to make sure he gets full value out of this one smoke, and unfortunately won't get that kind of value. The smoke still blooms because it was a bit of a martyrdom situation. Pre-pin allows that to happen. But in the 4v4 now, there's only one player here. Lock it down, and that Starry shoulder on the corner, but he gets the double, and that might just be enough to get LVG back into this game. But they need to secure it. Cross still needs to happen for the bomb, and that's going to be allowed. Mick blinded, will be seen. Amelia, only good for the first, but it's all up to Mick in the 1v2. 10 seconds. Taps it. Wants a bit more damage before going for it. Secondary out. Didn't decide to go for the AK. Might have been low on bullets,
Yeah.
but it's a second for LVG.
He had 6 bullets in the clip and used all of them killing Zaka, I think.
Got the replays. Let's have a looky.
Yeah, I mean, we got Starry and Flying involved. Nice multi-frag. That was Starry's first 3 of the game.
Ah, yeah, he was in the last 5. Didn't back himself. And that's going to be potential for a 5 to 7 half if LVG can turn their performance around. But they need farm. And that's a quick start to the round. Not going to be able to hit the second though. Blinded. The riflers will be able to hit back, as does Annihilation. So 3v3. And the bomb's still down at the back of B main. Things could get awkward quickly.
For sure. Smoked a red room. ATOX trying to open up mid a bit. Annihilation's just chilling. Doesn't feel comfortable enough to do too much of anything right now. Just sitting at lane. Okay, so they're going to wrap all the way back through spawn to get the bomb safely. And then potentially try to tackle this B split. Great info push from Amelia though. Clears out all of middle, and that shoulder a little too wide. He's been doing a few too many laterals. Gonna hit it.
Plenty of space to get this one planted. Zaka looking to cut the site in half. and will be punished if he disrespects the smoke. Starry going loud. He is happy to take that fight. Goes for the step back, baits out Zesta. It's up to Cabal, who's been very solid for ATOX. He might be on for another flash across the top of the donut. Doesn't quite blind Starry, but the molly forces Cabal out from his little hidey hole. And that is going to be a third secured for LVG. They've got the AWP in play. It's just so costly. If they lose one of these rounds, ATOX is just going to be able to run away with this half.
Yeah, they just broke ATOX's money though, so that's going to make it feel a little better.
True.
Be a half buy for ATOX. So potential chance at an easier fourth for LVG here than a gun round to close it. But with the bomb plant and a tiny bit of loss bonus for ATOX, they have enough to at least make this interesting. Hero AK on MIQ. Couple upgraded pistols. Could be a recipe for success. We'll see.
Not bad. Nice little smoke on ramp there just to slow him down. Bit of miscomms though. There's going to be a lot of util baited out, so ATOX can just wait it out. And I like how they're playing this one. Dobu just looking to create space so Mick can get a pick. And LVG fully aware of the situation, at least towards B. They got full long control. No eyes on cave. And Starry's just going to go for the jump peek. That'll be that. And send it right back.
Yeah, they got Amelia just kind of spotting the info line. Playing retake A off the AWP and just 3 strong at B. Pretty passive setup. Oh my lord.
Oof. Crispy once. Looking good for LVG to shoot their shot back into the half. Cabal going to try to sell the fake at A. One smoke. No more util to make that one happen. With him falling, the CTs did get baited across, and that's going to allow Dobu to get the bomb plant down. So there's going to be more money in the next round. And Annihilation needs to do it in the 1v4. Tech 9 at close range might be able to make it happen. And the spacing is getting better for the CTs. Flying picks the fight wisely, and that will be 4 secured.
Yeah, good recovery for Lynn Vision. Zestar having a roughie this game. Like I was digging into Starry and flying a little bit, and they've both kind of recovered their score lines, and as such, Lynn Vision picking up more steam, more confidence, and all the boys are starting to roll. Zestar not really having much of an impact on this game at all. 7 ADR over 11 rounds is not where you want to be.
No mid-brawl. We haven't seen too much mid-action, really, this half from ATOX. They are playing more respectful. But LVG as well, like, even when they're getting that mid-control, they're not brawling for lane. They're kind of just going back into this 3-2 split almost every single round. And props to them. Playing passive, it ended up working.
Yeah. ATOX have played some really good T sides, and it's mostly been predicated off of like pretty standard play most of the time, you know, like the no nonsense approach into whatever the high percentage mid to late round is. It's been good calling from ATOX today. Oh, great opening pick on the red room. Starry spotted out as well. Amelia diving out from Donut. Creates a bit of a hole in the defense. And ATOX looks like they're just going to go for a B split. At least throwing the util for it. Their spacing's a bit all over the place.
Difference. But, oh, that might not be a good prediction, as it is a 5v1. And Zaka is not going to have too much fun if he gets double peaked here. At least almost separated them, but it's 4-8 at the half. ATOX setting themselves up to take a bloody W today. How are we doing? Hey? Did you have a good break? I had a great break. Mitch, what about you?
Yeah, man. Just bumping some Harry Potter drill. You know what it is. Send it to you in the DMs, Mac. Check that out later, bro. Got me really hyped up for this this next half.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, let's see how wild the West gets over towards Mr. Melon. If he's going to be doing too much, looks like he's just throwing that util. Bomb's gone through Red Room through a smoke and is looking to wrap in the back of CT, but in the meanwhile, it is going to be Zesta able to find one. Spotting the bomb and now triggering the rotation from the rest of ATOX. Starry needs to lock down this wrap as the bomb is now in between a very awkward position. Mick living here will be huge if he's allowed to get that reload off, but he's not going to be able to, and that's going to be the bomb making its way to B instead. Cabal going to be spotted at Donut, trying to regain some kind of map control at mid. And ATOX have been ran the hell around this round.
Lion getting a nice open plant. Just so Amelia can be able to have a nice avenue to defend from Westmelon, still on a big flank. Kid's there for annihilation though. Just no smoke to provide cover.
Yeah. But there is a second man to body block and let him defuse. Cabal's got to take a more advanced angle though, which he does for the first. Oh, and the shots aren't coming through. That's that, and LVG can't count to 5.
That is a tilter. For sure.
Frozen fake, baby. Whoa. Well, interesting situation with everything that's just gone down, but you'll take it if you're a Mongolian fan, because it puts them one more round in the lead. LVG with the bomb plant are going to force up, and a lot of them got kills, so they can still get decent weaponry. Look at this, Amelia topping the L just to drop the AK across to Flying.
No, he bought it himself. He had Kevlar from the last round that he survived, and he bought himself full util AK armor. AK no armor. Sorry.
Yeah, right. It checks out, but look, one bullet to the head will knock him out, and that is a smoke kill from Flying. Fully calculated, and Flying with no helmet will get a smoke kill into a double, which makes it a triple and almost more, but Cabal has brought it back to a one-on-one Amelia against Zesta with so much time. Mitch, what is this round?
Bro got absolutely smoked. Amelia biding his time. Sitting in cave, waiting for Zesta to cuts the sound beautifully and punishes the aggression. Zesta having a rough day at the office. And Lynn Vision, after a slip-up versus that ninja defuse in the open, they win that round with the Force White. And Flying, bro, he had 3.8k, like he could have just bought AK armor. He did not know the genius of him buying a full util set there.
Oh, I'm astounded he kept it together for two more after seeing he got a smoke impact kill. But here we go. In the 15th, Dobu going to be able to beat that early molly on the vent, but because he's disrespected it, it's free picks for Flying. He did almost go down, to be fair, but 4v5, LVG still very much favored in this position.
Yeah, big pick for the punish on the peak from Annihilation. Cabal's got a shotty, but he has never got really much of an opportunity to use it. You're probably already in save mode as ATOX here. I'm still kind of going for something though. Zesta testing the shelf. And Mick's still posted up on cave. Hey, there's a world where this could come together. The shotgun's made it to the site here. There's a good shot from Zesta, but immediate punish from Amelia.
Ooh, Cabal cannot get close enough with the shotgun to fully activate, and Nick missed chances. Not going to be able to put his Nico pants on, and that is going to be 6 found for LVG.
Quite a close game, this one. It turns out both of these teams really want to go to Pro League.
Crazy that. A little bit of overseas trippage can certainly be a good factor to get you motivated. Personally, my haters are my motivators, Mitch.
Your haters? Who's a hater of yours?
I don't know. Okay, I thought maybe we were in for one of these USP rounds again, but we are not. And there was only the first casualty. Starry copped the L, so overall the team can take the dub. 7-9, ATOX. Back into a bye round to see what they are able to do in the next. Starry got deleted. He must have got double dinked instantly. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Bye coming through for ATOX. Oops out for Annihilation. Down to a couple Famises to make sure they got enough util, and just a smoke to mid and an A set play. So Annihilation, let's see a highlight reel, mate.
Whoa. Well, there's the first. Zesta, headshot line on the back of sight. The Molly going to force him into the open, and he's going to be able to find at least one more. Ooh, Annihilation. Does some solid work. Cabal doesn't edge the Molly. He just walks straight through it like the real Giga Chad he is. And Westmoreland left in the 1v3 is getting flanked, is getting forced into bloody angles. He doesn't want to fight on. And ATOX on the gun round will take 10.
Yeah, I mean, both shots hit by Annihilation. Zesta gets his, despite having a rough game, and then the rest is just a good flood from ATOX. Shut down that AXE.
Look at this. Who does that, huh? Just this guy.
That's a like Mongolian DNA. Just the don't give a flip energy. Lynn Vision. Not 1-4 right now. Pretty heavily locked. Backside of B ramp. They're going to bust out with a flash. Over the top. Back up. Oh, spam from Dobu. It's flying a little. That's about it.
Everything's slowing down as LVG regroup at the bottom of mid.
Yeah.
Looking just to clear out shelf. Cheetah. Mongolians going to force the CTs to have to fight here. Unfortunately for the Mongolians, they are just going to be that little bit better at fighting. Dobu running into the molly, makes noise falling away, but that sets Mick up for a W in this spot. One and done for sure, but with Cabal falling, that might change the plan from LVG. They're still committing with the bomb up shelf, and Mick might have heard a couple of those jumps. Hasn't called them back just yet, and will not be, but the trigger discipline isn't there, so he's only good for one. Thought he could have been on for so much more.
Amelia cops a headshot from his teammate there. ATOX are all here though. The flood is definitely on, and they're locked behind a cave smoke here. Lynn Vision, the flash over the top, ineffective. West Melon's always lonesome and can't shoot in 3 different directions, especially not when he cops a face full of that flash from Annihilation. Another successful sight flood before Lynn Vision can get comfortable. And ATOX is up to 11.
That's well played. That's just a call from Mick. As soon as he's heard those footsteps coming up towards shelf, he's called them back, and they'll be able to get on site and play together with the supportive utility from that A rotator. Tactical timeout, the final one going to be used here from LVG. They need it. They know that ATOX are 2 rounds away from booking a ticket to Malta.
That's just firmly in the backpack, bro.
He's had a couple of big rounds.
I mean, it was
This
pretty
series,
good on
maybe not
Inferno.
this game. Yeah. But you'll take it. He's been on... Where has he been? Mostly A?
Yeah, A.
Mid A?
I think he's the mid A guy, yeah. And Cabal's a donut bloke. You're a bit of a donut, Matt.
Thanks, mate. It's because I'm always around, right?
Always full of something. This is gonna cop a little bit of nade damage there. Big bombardment of util. And Annihilation, I mean, deja vu perhaps?
I like how he's clearing that little headshot line as well, but sees that shadow. Closes up, misses this time, and won't have any safe passage away. Zesta going to be playing on the edge. Spray will be enough to draw attention away from him, and it will be 2 big kills found. Back to the round.
Oh, Cabal keeps going from the sight box. Does not care. Dobu's picked up one in the meanwhile. That A site hit has been completely shut down, and flying is completely ineffective on this lurk right now.
Bomb in a very irretrievable position for flying, so he's really got to get a jog on. Sneaking his way through CT. I don't know if Mick was on a line where he could see that shadow, but he sees him. He's the shoulder. Will jiggle into the wide swing. Could have worked, but it didn't. And flying hitting the ground signals that we have 12 secured for ATOX. They are 1 round away from a W, and it will be the first time they've beaten LVG.
Yeah. And some of these maps have not looked particularly close. Like, Dust2 was winnable as well, to be honest. After they went down 0-8, they really grind that one back and made it look winnable if they hadn't lost to an eco and thrown an extra round here or there. And this ancient game is has looked pretty cut and dry as well. They've front run the entire time, pretty much. Bit take out, 50%. Death Star, unfortunately, left wanting, and that's a great reaction from Zaka too. Might not be done yet.
Well, that pace change has reaped some rewards, but they still got to win the round. There's been many a moment this evening where ATOX has turned these rounds back in their favor from two-man disadvantages, and this could be one of them. LVG, though, they do have a huge amount of utility, so we'll see if an execute on Annihilation is the way to an 8th round.
Yeah, Westmoreland's got a good spot here in Donut. Going to really simplify what they have to clear on this A site. Starry's been left behind on the lurk, just controlling those red room rotations, and he's done that perfectly. And you're going to need a lot more than one as Annihilation. Oh! That was very quick.
Westmoreland, I thought he timed out for a second. But he's back. Dovu disrespecting that smoke out in the open, and it's allowed him to get back into the round. It's like that Starry on 5 HP has been left all on his lonesome. And that flash is not going to be enough for him. He's hoping that they're not sticking. That second flash Annihilation hits the one that matters. And there it is. I was telling you about it. Man disadvantage means nada for ATOX. They'll keep on fighting, and they'll take the W. Congratulations to them. I think, is that going to be their first time at Pro League?
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it's
sure.
been LVG for the last couple of times, last 3 times or so.
I think Tyloo. It was Tyloo last time, and LVG is trying to get back in there.
Yeah, true.
It was Mongols and Tyloo